Hi, I'm Titli and the weather this week has been pants. This week's episode is coming entirely from inside my greenhouse. Not because there's a lot to do in my greenhouse, but it's pretty horrible outside. I've even had the heating on this week in the house. Can you believe that? Anyway, I want to start by declaring an emergency. It's been several weeks now since I planted my corn and there is absolutely no sign of them. The runner beans aren't faring much better actually, and there's only 3 plants come up. So in the case of the beans, I had a little bit of a dig around in the soil to see if the beans were still there. And in a couple of cases I found nothing. And in 1 or 2 cases I found this. It's a bean shoot that hasn't broken the surface but has clearly been eaten before it's even got very far. It's an outrage! I don't know who's been eating them because there's lots of slugs and snail pellets down there. Maybe it's those sneaky earwigs come back again. Little blighters. So, I'm taking emergency measures to deal with this. I've got myself some pots. I'm going to fill these with compost and I'm going to put some bean seeds and some sweet corn in here. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. I'm going to plant 2 beans per pot. And I figure I should be alright, even though it's the middle of June. I think last year I planted some seeds actually in the ground quite late on and they still grew and gave lots of beans, but this way they're going to grow in the relative safety and comfort of the greenhouse, free this year thankfully from all those hideous earwigs I had in here last year. Right, that's 24 seeds planted. I'll just put them up here. And I'll get on with the sweet corn. Now I think, if I remember rightly, I must have planted 16. Well, I'll see how many seeds I've got left and how many I'm going to plant. Oh, I seem to have a reasonable number of corns left. I'm going to pop 2 in each pot, I think. I've got enough for that. Ooh, I'm going to sit down. Some of you may know that my cooking channel, Titli's Busy Kitchen, is part of the Taste Made network. And they wanted to include this channel, Titli's Busy Garden, in their network, which I thought was a bit odd because it's supposed to be a cooking network. And I said, I don't think so. And I'm very glad I said that. My advice to you, and I know that some of you have your own gardening channels out there and you make some great videos. My advice to you is if anybody comes along saying, come and join my network channel, run away, run away. I'm half wondering whether the birds came down and pecked these seeds out of the ground, but I've got no evidence for that. There was no bird peck holes anywhere. So maybe this incredible F1 strain is just incredibly infertile. Just give them a good water. I realise I may already be too late with the sweet corn, but hey, if you don't try, you're never going to win, are you? I think while I'm in a watering the mood, I'll feed my tomatoes. Oh, I do so love these grow pots. It really does make watering things in grow bags so much easier. The good news is I've already got a couple of tomatoes that are well on their way. And there's certainly no shortage of flowers in here. Oh, mighty bees, come hither and sup on these excellent tomato flowers. I'm very pleased with the way that my Thai basil plants are coming along. And the lemongrass is starting to thicken up quite a bit as well. It's probably going to be another couple of weeks before I dare put my leeks out though. So all in all, I'm quite pleased with how things are in the greenhouse. Big fat pigeon. I'm particularly pleased with the fact that there don't seem to be any earwigs in here this year. That's a big bonus. Next week they forecast the weather to be dry and bright, and I really hope so, because there are a few jobs I want to get done out there, particularly get my strawberries covered up, because they're starting to get green and big and I don't want those birdies scoffing them. The other good news, I suppose, is that Jan and John, the pumpkin and the zucchini, are pushing on quite well at the moment. A bit more warmer weather, maybe we'll start to see some flowers. Well, that's all I've really got time for this week. Sorry it's a bit of a short one, but sometimes, you know, the weather gets the better of you. And people have asked me about why I'm looking so brown and where have I been. The answer is putting up my fruit cage. That was a glorious week. Anyway, thanks for watching again. I do appreciate it. I love you all, and join me next time in Titli's busy garden.